Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our Zoom with King Mack. As always, please raise your hand and I'll unmute you. We'll start with Tyler Donahue.
Hey King, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Good to hear from you. We haven't caught up with you since your return to Beaver Stadium. You had the big kickoff return a couple weeks ago, and then last week a lot of defensive work. How has it felt getting back in the mix and really playing more and making more of an impact than we got to see during your freshman year back here?
Man, it's a great feeling being back at Beaver, being back in Happy Valley. Honestly, I missed it so much being back in Beaver, the energy of the fans, just that Beaver Stadium pulse is different. So I'm blessed to be back. Thank God for allowing Coach Franklin to be in open arms that allow me to come back in and actually make an impact.
Rich Garcella.
King, thanks for doing this. What else did you miss besides the stadium atmosphere? Why and what went into the decision to return to Penn State?
What else I miss? I honestly the brotherhood. I miss my guys that I came in with my freshman year. We created a bond. The brotherhood of just that 2027 class. We're so tight. Like we all been through the blood, sweat, and tears together. So leaving those guys and going somewhere else and starting over, it was it was hard. Because I didn't have that same bond that I had with those guys that I had. I didn't have the same bond at Alabama that I had with my guys here.
Daniel Gunn.
King, I think that kick return is probably the biggest individual play that you've made personally at Beaver Stadium. What is going through your mind? What is I guess the feeling like at the end of that play when you pop up and you see everything around you?
After that play, honestly, the first thing that came to mind, it was like I'm back in Beaver, man. Hearing the crowd going crazy, even seeing my teammates excited for me, Coach Franklin telling me this is why I came back home. It just it was an unrealistic feeling. I can't lie to you.
Audrey Snyder.
Hey, King, appreciate your time this morning. Um, can you kind of build off of Daniel's question? We've seen a lot of talented guys try and be kick returners at various levels of the game. What makes a good kick returner? What are the traits and what maybe is the mindset that you need to succeed back there?
I would say for traits is speed and you have to be confident. Like being a kick returner, you can't you can't go into the return thinking too much. Once you see a hole or a seam, you have to just run full speed. You know, it's basically I always think of it as, chasing a rabbit. And the rabbit is the off returner, that person who's blocking. So wherever hole that he sees, you hit it right behind him. All gas, no brakes.
Have you ever chased a rabbit? Is that
It's funny. So
that's right.
uh in Florida, they actually call us rabbit chasers in Belglade
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of rabbits over there in the field. So honestly, yes, I have a couple of times.
Greg Pickle.
Ken, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Good morning.
When you left for Alabama, obviously you got to experience a different defense than the one you were at Penn State, and now you're back here learning Jim Knowles' defense. So, from your perspective, how would you describe his defense and the way you guys go about trying to operate it?
Jim Knowles' defense is honestly one of the best defense I've been a part of. He's very, very smart. He's honestly teaching us a NFL defense, and he wants us to be able to communicate because Jim Knowles always tells us that whatever we're doing now, we're going to have to do at the next level. So he's honestly preparing us mentally and physically for the next level. His defense is very schematic. You have to know your job. There's different checks within the defense. I honestly love the defense.
Joe Smeltzer.
Hey King, thanks for the time.
No problem.
So you've expressed a little regret about leaving Penn State. But with that said, what's something you learned in your time last year, a lesson that maybe you wouldn't have been able to pick up otherwise had you not had that experience?
The lesson I learned honestly was to not try and speed up your process. You know, a lot of people they get caught up in, being a freshman, a top recruit, and instantly making an impact in college. And what I realize is that your coaches, they're gonna put you in the best situation that they feel for you. And I didn't see that fully as a freshman, but once I got to Alabama, I realized that Coach Dex and the rest of the coaches honestly did put me in the best situation. And me leaving, that also showed me that the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Joel Haas.
Hey, King, thanks for the time. We heard from James Franklin yesterday, kind of about Jim Knowles' defense. He said it was especially tough for the safeties and linebackers to learn because of kind of the different responsibilities that you have. So, looking at Knowles' defense, how much of it do you feel you've learned, or I guess how comfortable are you with his defense? Do you feel like you've got everything down, or is there still more to learn, um, moving forward?
No, I could definitely say I got everything down. After taking those extra meeting times with him, having conversations with him, and he's very open-minded. Like if you have any questions or if you're confused about anything, he's patient with you. He'll sit down with you and answer all your questions.
Avery Hill.
So, King, thanks for your time. Just kind of in coming back, do you feel like at all that there were any maybe like was there like a positive side of transferring? Like did you like grow in any way? Like did your development change at all with you transferring?
I can definitely say with me transferring, being in the SEC for a year definitely developed me. You know, seeing different schemes. That was my first time actually playing a team that ran tempo. Tennessee. So I could definitely say my football IQ and understanding the game rose being in the SEC for a year.
Time for three more. Tyler Donahue.
King, thanks again. Wanted to ask about how you internally responded when Antoine was named the starter next to Wheatley. What did you see him maybe do to put himself in that position? And ultimately, do you still consider yourself competing for that starting job on a week-to-week basis?
Uh, when Antoine first when he got named the starter, honestly, I wasn't. There wasn't no point of anger or he had a great camp. Antoine is a baller. So once I wasn't shocked at all that he became the starter. Like I knew during fall camp actually that by week one he would be a starter. And right now my head is focused on, me contributing to the team as much as I can. And if that's me starting or me not starting, it doesn't matter to me as long as we're winning.
Daniel Gallen.
King, how much has Zachy developed as a safety? You got to see him 2 years ago. Now you come back and see him now. What's different about him? How's he grown? I guess what's he like right now at this stage in his career?
Zaki has definitely did a whole 360 since I left. He moves like a professional. Zaki's in the facility late. Me and him are always, it's talking straight football. Uh he he's he's so locked in. Like when I say he's locked in, every week that's his focus. His focus is on Saturday. Every week we have to win. Them being so close last year, he knows what it takes. So his approach coming after that loss last year is way different. It's way different.
Last question, Audrey Snyder.
Appreciate your time today, King. When you kind of look at, you mentioned your classmates, your recruiting classmates, the group that you came in with. What do you think that group that you guys collectively can kind of do for this program, and who are some of the leaders of that class still to this day?
I feel like we all got brought here for a reason, and Coach Franklin, he's seen something in us that other programs probably didn't see. So honestly, with that whole class, me, Tony Rojas, Ty Blandon, Elliot Washington, Zion Tracy, we're just honestly like we all just dogs. Like we bring that mentality and that energy and that swagger to the team that we need. Penn State, having two guys from Florida bring that Florida swag to Happy Valley is different, honestly.